What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another very exciting video. In this video, we are going to be talking about SoFi, and SoFi made an incredible 8% move up here today. So what we are going to do is we are going to take a look at the market, what is going on with the market, what caused such large of an upward move, and then we're also going to take a look at SoFi's short interest and how this could be affecting how people are trading SoFi. Then we'll leave off the video by talking about what needs to happen for SoFi in the long term to send the price higher. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like down below, and if you want to see more videos like this one, make sure you hit that sub button. Before we get into all of that, let's go ahead and take a look at SoFi stock chart. We could see here today the stock moved up 8.2%, which is a crazy move for a single day. If we go over the last 5 days, the stock is up only 4%. If we look at the last month, however, the stock is down from where it kind of peaked out for the year, around $9.74. And if we go year to date, we can see that the stock is up almost 95% from the start of the year. We saw a very interesting shift in the market here today. If we look at the Russell 2000 or IWM stock, it is up almost 2% here on a single day. If we look year to date, this stock is up around 8.34%. And when we compare that to the S&P 500 or SPY stock, we could see that it is up around 0.25%. However, year to date, it is up almost 15.5%. What this discrepancy really tells us is that there's a rebalancing of portfolios from larger cap stocks to smaller cap stocks. And when we look at the Russell 2000 ETF and what companies actually make up this ETF, we can see that the largest is $250 million in market cap, and that is SMCI. And a lot of these other companies you haven't probably heard of, but we can see that it immediately drops down with their second holding being only $150 million in market cap. The second thing that the market is reacting to is that there is a CPI report that is going to come out on Wednesday, July 12th at 8:30 a.m. And personally, I have a great feeling about this report. We could see that last year at this time, we reported 9.1% inflation year over year. And if we look at the previous month, it was sitting around 8.6%. And we could see that we dropped all the way down to 4% this year. So we have a 0.5% increase leading into this month. The question is, will we see a 0.5% decrease leading into this report here in a couple of days? That would drop us all the way down to 3.5% inflation. That's still a ways away from the Fed's target rate of 2%. However, it is a very positive move overall, especially for SoFi, who relies on the Fed's interest rates to really dictate parts of its business, such as home loans, personal loans, and student loans, which are all very big impacts on SoFi's business. Another thing that could be impacting SoFi's stock price is its short interest. If we see a short float that is below 10%, that generally indicates that the market views that company in a very positive light. If we see something 10 to 20%, that is kind of in between. And then if we see 20% or higher, that means that the market overall has a negative view on that company. Here we have a list of the most shorted stocks in the stock market right now, and I've highlighted some of the ones that I am most familiar with. We have Carvana sitting here at the top with 56% of its shares being shorted. We have Beyond Meat sitting here with 43%, Lucid with 38%, and then Groupon sitting here with 36%. However, SoFi did not actually make that list. It is currently sitting with about 16.16% of its shares being shorted, and that is in that middle of that range that we discussed earlier, where it's not above that 20% where there is a lot of negative sentiment about the company, but is also not below that 10% number where there's a lot of positive sentiment about the company. I think a lot of these mixed feelings about SoFi comes from the fact that the company has not yet hit profitability. Investors are really waiting to see if SoFi is going to hit profitability and how quickly they're going to get there. And the Fed and what their interest rate is really going to help determine whether SoFi gets there in a very short period of time or whether it takes a lot longer for them to reach a profitable state. In my opinion, next year could be the year for SoFi as the Fed starts dropping interest rates potentially in 2024. I think that could have a big impact on SoFi as we could see a lot of people begin to refinancing personal loans, student loans, and mortgages with SoFi, and that could have a big impact on their EPS numbers, where analysts right now are projecting anywhere on average around 4 cents in positive EPS all the way up to the high end of 25 cents of positive EPS. The big thing I'm watching out for is their upcoming earnings report on July 31st. The thing that I am hoping to hear SoFi talk about is the student loan repayments that are supposed to restart here in the next couple of months. I really want to hear their guidance moving forward. What are they expecting over the next couple of quarters? Will this business begin to grow again? And how are they anticipating the Fed potentially either keeping rates the same or increasing rates over the next year? And how will that impact their business? Those are all going to be key talking points in their upcoming earnings report. So personally, I am not buying SoFi at its current price. I do like the company for the long term. I have built out a solid position that I am happy with in this company, and I am just kind of holding on to it, selling some covered calls here and there against my position, and overall bringing in a little bit of premium. But keep in mind, do not buy a company just because some random person on YouTube talked about it. Make sure you are doing your own research and looking into companies that meet your risk tolerance as well as your time horizon. So with all that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below. And if you want to see more videos like this one, make sure you hit that sub button. And as always, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day.